Good evening, class and professor. My name is Mike Reese. You can hear that. This is my lovely mother, Sue. Um, we are doing our oral history interview. Her family last name is Martin, a pretty ancient last name going through English and Germanic history. Hoping to get some questions answered and tell some interesting stories. First, Mom. Where did we come from? How did we get here? About what time? And do we know who those ancestors were?
Most of them. My mom's family came from Germany. My dad's family came from Switzerland and England. The ones I have recorded from Switzerland, we came over as early as 1736 and arriving in Philadelphia off the ship Princess Augusta.
Princess Augusta. I'm reading now, September 16th, 1736. What do we know about that family? Is there any, their profession?
He became a blacksmith
Awesome.
shortly after becoming colonized or something like that.
Joining at that point, so it's 1730, so we're not America, United States of America at that point. It's a colony, still the colony of Pennsylvania. Things were starting to get a bit restless in the colonies, but hadn't apexed yet. Do we have any family memories passed down from your parents, from their parents? Any stories?
There's an interesting family story from my dad's mom. Her father was, from what the stories have told, he's ornery and he's very short with people and just ornery.
Contentious.
Yes, and he was married in Oklahoma. There was like three older girls, a little girl 4 years old, which was my dad's mother, and then some boys that were in their teenage years, too, I believe. It kind of sounded like they picked up and left in the middle of the night, but he took the little girl with him. And the older girls and the mother stayed there.
In Oklahoma?
Yeah, in Oklahoma, and they traveled to Idaho with that little girl and those boys. And I can't imagine the life of that little girl growing up. That's all she had. Back then,
Yeah.
It would have been pretty rough.
That's probably weeks, if not months, on the road from Oklahoma to
With a
Idaho
baby.
with a 4-year-old. I have a 3-year-old, and I can't stand to drive to
Yeah, it would have been
nearest
rough.
town.
And cold. 'Cause
Cold,
it was
yeah.
September-ish.
Oh, was it? Do you
Yeah.
know what year, by chance?
Would have to look it back up.
Okay, but that's your great grandfather, right?
Yeah.
That's 3 generations ago. That's good stuff. So I guess next is we're looking for the names of as many generations back as we can accurately find. Thank you again. I should thank you for doing a lot of the legwork on this, finding a lot of this stuff. Your Ancestry.com membership, helping us out here. So just pick one of the sides of either your mom's or your dad's, and then see how far back we can go as far as names.
So, for my dad's side, and his father's name was John L. Martin. He married Effie Hunter. And then his father was Samuel P. Martin. They called him Pete. He married Catherine Erb. She was from Canada. They were from Kansas.
Canadian, eh?
Yeah. He came from Kansas and to Idaho in a wagon in 1856. Married her in 1882, but he was a rancher in the Red River County and had 160 acres. I believe that's like on the way to Sun Valley. There's an area there that he owned. His grave is actually alongside the road on your way to Sun Valley.
On the way to Sun Valley.
Yeah, you can find it. It's
Wow.
really weird place for it.
It's fascinating. We'll have to take a trip.
Yeah.
Been to Sun Valley a couple times. What, if any, family heirlooms, artwork, photographs have made their way down through these generations that you're aware of or been privy to?
There's lots of photographs. We actually have a picture of one of the ships that the family came over on. One of the families came over on.
The Princess
I
Augusta?
don't think I have a picture of that one. It probably would be easy to get now
Yeah.
with the internet nowadays. But there's lots of old pictures of the family, and I can get them. But there is my mom's got an old chest from her that's been passed down from her parents that has heirlooms in it. I haven't had a chance to look into it yet. It's something she tells me I can go look in, but I haven't had the chance to do that yet. And she's got some figurines of, and you never see these. There's little black people that are,
As an African American, like slave type?
yes,
Okay.
and yeah, would not be politically correct right now. But it's
Things have
interesting
changed
that she
in
has
this
that
time.
she's got several of those old things, and she's got depression glass, and she's got a tea set, look like from England.
Oh, fun.
That's pretty old.
That is cool. Lastly, what significant events, either American or otherwise, are you aware of that maybe we've participated in through our ancestors?
There is interesting fact of John Hunter of being in the Revolutionary War, and he served as a private.
So Revolutionary War, that's 76, obviously 17. We came over, this generation came over in 1736, and his name was John Hunter, so this is likely a son, if not a
Yeah.
grandson.
Yeah.
Okay, fighting in the Revolutionary
I
War.
would guess a grandson. Yeah, he was in the Revolutionary War, and yes, probably his grandson. Served as a pirate in the Virginia militia, in the company commanded by Captain Abraham Lincoln, and that
Captain.
yeah.
Abraham Lincoln. So 76. Abraham doesn't take office for another 100 years or so post this. So probably, again, we're looking at another grandfather.
Yeah.
So
He was the grandfather.
the grandson of our initial ancestor making it over here fights with the grandfather, fights for the grandfather as a private for Captain Abraham Lincoln, the grandfather of the President Abraham Lincoln.
Right.
Fascinating. All right, I think that's all I have for you today. Thank you for your time, and thanks again for all the hard work, and thank you for watching, and see you again soon.